welcome back to another video. As you saw in the thumbnail, today we are doing Paddington nails. Our very famous English bear is making his rounds at the moment, and I have noticed he's seen the Queen for her Jubilee. He's had a birthday, his first birthday of the year. He has two birthdays, one on the 25th of June and another one on the 25th of December. And this is the case because he couldn't remember what his birthday was. So when he went to move in with Mr. and Mrs. Brown, they decided, why not have two? And also, as he's got another birthday coming up in December, there could be a Paddington #3 movie. So with all that said, as our famous English bear is definitely the highlight at the moment, we're going to be doing these Paddington nails. If you enjoy the video, please do leave a like and a comment down below. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do. And don't forget to turn on that bell notification button so that you don't miss the next upload. With all that said, let's do these Paddington nails. So first of all, we've got all the nails buffed and filed and ready to go. And of course, I always use Beetle's gel polish. If any of you are wondering, I've also got a code here for 15% off on your first order of Beetle's gel polish, and that is just Nova Star. It will also be down in the comments section down below with the website and also a reminder of the discount code. So definitely go in and check that out if you're looking for some really cheap polishes. So I'm using that blue and I've done 2 coats of that, and now I'm going in with the white, as I always like to do, and sketch out roughly where I want Paddington to be on the nail. I don't know why I like to do it this way. I've seen people do it many ways, and some people just go in straight with the colour and leave the outline till last. But I like to go in with white and kind of plot out where I want everything to be. So this is his hat that I'm sketching out here. Once all of that's done, I cured that for just 30 seconds as it was only a small amount of polish. And I'm going in with a dark brown. I thought, you know, it goes against all the rules of painting. Don't lay down the darkest colour first. But with gel, because it's quite thick and you're curing it also, it's not going to be a problem. You'll see. It'll be fine. It'll be fine in the end. So I'm just laying that down and adding some wispy bits onto him, and now going in with a lighter brown and adding more defined hairs onto him. And I just kept on layering that up and curing here and there. And now going in and doing his muzzle, I kind of blended a little bit of, not blended, mixed together a little bit of that brown that I was just using, that light brown with a bit of white, just to make this colour. So it's not pure white. It looks pretty white on here compared to the brown, but it's not. And then I, you know, took a little bit off my brush and I'm just feathering that out now. And once I was happy with all of that, I then moved on to adding more of the features onto his face, and then moved on to the hat. So when I said there adding more features onto his face, I was adding the highlights of his brow bone, and if you look closely you can see just above on his cheekbone a little bit of lighter hair there. So onto his hat, it's pretty simple. The hat, I kind of enjoyed doing it as it was a really easy step to do. It is just literally red with a little bit of shading onto it. So his hat was a little bit tilted from the reference photo that I was using. And there we have it. And I'm just going in now and just adding some of the final depth onto the hat and highlights also. So the technique that you're about to see me do with the brush here, I do enjoy doing this for shading. I definitely do recommend it if you're just learning how to do nail art, where you just dab the brush. It's called stippling, and you get less and less and less on your brush, and it does blend it out quite well because uncured gel polish does spread, so it will blend together naturally by itself. Once I was happy with that, I'm now going on to do his eyes, and I'm just adding on a golden brown for the colour of his eyes, and then going in and putting on his pupils. And this bit was really fiddly because it was so small, doing the outline of his eyes. It was maximum concentration at this moment. Okay, so I just finished off the rest of his face there. It was just a very simple nose, and as you can see, his mouth was just a very quick whoop done moment. So I'm just adding on the final shadowing onto his face, and now going in and doing his iconic blue jacket. So this took a couple of coats, but I definitely went in and added more depth to it, as you'll see. So after 2 coats, I then decided to go in and start doing the outline of his coat. Now adding on the final details onto his coat. I'm putting on the arms just here, and then down the side, and then on to the other arm and down the side. And we're now finishing him off by doing his little, I don't know what these are called, they're button holders. I don't know what they're called. If you know what these are, toggles. They're toggles. In the comment section below, are they toggles or are they button holders? I'm pretty sure they're toggles. So I'm just putting those on, and then we're going to be doing the outline of those, and then that will be Paddington complete. So always make sure you cure before then going on to doing your outline. And with the less amount of gel, you can just do for 30 seconds, or even if it is just a simple outline, you could even do 20-second cure time. But if it is a big area, like when I put his coat down, I did do 60 seconds just to make sure it was fully cured, because you don't want any rippling or bubbling on the gel polish. I'm just adding the final details in. And there he is. I put the toggles in place, and we are now top coating him, and I'm really happy with how he turned out. He's a super cute little bear. So on to the next nail. I'm doing 2 coats of white on this nail. I cured in between those two for the full 60 seconds on each coat. So now going in with a fine detailing brush, we are doing the England flag. So the Union Jack. So I'm adding in a couple of waves. They're not going to stay there. They're just more of guidelines for me than anything. So you can completely ignore this section. And now I'm adding in the flag onto the nail. And I'm just using those lines as guidelines because I wanted the flag to be quite wavy. And this part was a bit of a moment for me, which was really weird because I know what the flag looks like. I live in the UK, but I don't know why, but I kept on having to look at my reference photo quite a bit to be like, you know, what's going on? I mean, it's not a hard flag at all by any means, but for some reason my mind was just, I don't know. It was weirding me out. I had to keep on looking at the reference photo. Yes, I had a reference photo for the flag. So I finished it off by going in with the blue, and now I'm going in with that shadowing. As I said, I wanted the flag to have a bit of a ripple to it and also to look a little bit more vintage, because I kind of wanted, I had that kind of inspiration for more of a vintage Paddington bear, but also the newer Paddington bear, hence the actual Paddington bear. Nail is not the original Paddington, it's the new Paddington from the new Paddington movie. So yeah, I kind of wanted to have it, you know, new but old at the same time. So we kind of, you know, roughed up the flag a little bit. Whoops. So I'm just adding in all those shadowing and waves onto the flag. And this bit you don't have to be too careful about it. As you see, I just splat a whole load of white onto that and it just fades away. You just keep brushing it and it will sort itself out. It's easy peasy. So once I'd done all of that, I kept on going on with that process, and there it is. Our flag is flying. So onto the next nail. I went ahead and done the same background as I used for the Paddington nail, and that was that baby blue that you saw at the beginning of the video. And now I'm going in with red this time to plot out where I'm going to put this thing. If you can tell what it is, kudos to you, because I struggled with this quite a bit. So think London, think transportation. Can you guess what it is? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you said London bus, then you're a winner at Pictionary, because yeah, I struggled with this one. This is not my finest hour, but I did what I could. It definitely looks like, you know, a child could do it. But we got there in the end. As you can see, there are a couple of jump skips here and there, but it's because you don't want to see me do this for an hour, me painting a bus for an hour, because, you know, that's probably what the reality was. So here I'm just adding in all the details and just outlining it all. And we just keep on doing that, outlining the whole thing. I'm not going to put you through the pain of it. Boom. Just like magic, there it was. It's just outlining, you know. It's simple. She says, I struggled. So now I'm doing the side of the bus. I'm not sure how to feel about how this turned out. The bonnet is definitely smaller than what it should be.
And I wish I'd centered it a little bit better on the nail, but hey ho, what can you do? Everyone's a critic with their own stuff, so sometimes you could be a little bit hard on yourself when it's your own work. You see the flaws. But yeah, look at that bonnet, it's so tiny. It's a cute little bonnet. But, you know, we're dealing with it. We're top coating it. We're calling the bus nail done. I've never drawn a bus before, I don't think. Or a London bus. And there she blows, what a beauty. So keeping on the London theme, of course, the big boy. Can you guess what it is? It's a circle. Come on. If you guess Big Ben, well done. It's a circle. That's the only clue I gave you. It's a circle. It's definitely not a circle. So I'm just doing Big Ben's face, because if I'd done the whole Big Ben, it would be so tiny on the nail. There'll be so many details. So many. And after that bus nail, I was at the point of, you know, let's just do the clock face and leave it as that, because that bus, honestly, I'm telling you, I'm not joking, it was hard. So I kept on doing circles. Please don't look at this too closely, you will get hypnotized. So, you know, warning there. Viewers' discretion advised and all that. Don't look at it too closely. So I'm just going around and doing all of the notches on the clock, and kept going round and round and round and doing that. And anybody that knows Roman numerals, don't come for me right now. This is hard, okay? Another thing also that I learnt while doing this, I knew it was happening, but I didn't know what was happening. Big Ben basically had a big facelift a little while ago. He got totally redone, and before, the inside of the clock was more black and not as golden, but now he's more blue and more golden on his clock face. How beautiful. He's rocking the blue. So I only just found that out while looking for, you know, reference photos as you do. So now we're doing the clock hands. There's lots of intricate little bits here and there. Now adding on the brown around the clock face, and then after that I also go around with a gold, because he has gold edging around that. There is definitely much more to the Big Ben clock face, as he has a square border around his clock face that's very intricate and very detailed. But yeah, we left it as the brown and then the gold rim. And now we are top coating him, and he is looking fabulous and glorious, and I'm happy with how he turned out. And there are all the nails together.
And that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed these Paddington nails. I really enjoyed doing them, even though we had some couple of difficulties with the bus and the clock face, but we got it done. I'm so happy with how they turned out. If you also like them, please do leave a like to let me know, and a comment down below would be absolutely amazing. It really does help the channel out to see what you guys are enjoying. And as I said at the beginning of the video, if you haven't subscribed already, please do. It really does mean a lot. It really helps the channel out. And I will see you on the next one. Happy creating. Bye.